Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Wherever you are in the world, welcome and thank you for joining us. This is AutoVision News Radio at AutoSens and InCabin USA 2025 from the Huntington Place in downtown Detroit. We're speaking with Sahil Potnis, Vice President of Product and Partnerships at Digital Divide Data, or DDD for short. Sahil is an experienced engineering and operations leader in the field of autonomous vehicles. He brings in critical thought leadership for autonomous technology development in the subject areas of systems engineering, data operations and commercial product deployment, and more. Sahil brings the vast majority of his automotive experience to DDD, which is based here in Metro Detroit. Sahil, welcome and thank you for being with us, friend.
Thanks for having me, Carl. Hopefully you're also enjoying the sunny weather of Detroit as much as I am.
Yeah, it's nice. I actually just got over a spring cold, but I'm better now.
Awesome.
Tell us a little bit about DDD and tell us a little bit about the work that you're doing in automotive today.
100%. So DDD, we primarily expertise in providing end-to-end data solutions for autonomy and automotive practice, which broadly includes your ADAS and autonomous driving from L2 to L5. So that includes anything that essentially touches data. From doing data annotations to building high-definition maps to simulations, essentially anything that has a perspective of data involved in the process from your development, testing, validation to deployment, we can touch all of it. So essentially it's a one-stop stop end-to-end service that we can provide to any OEM or a tier 1, 2 supplier. So we work with all of that.
Your team is exhibiting here as part of AutoSens and InCabin USA 2025. Tell us a little bit about what you're showcasing here today.
Absolutely. So as I said before in my previous response, that we are primarily providing human-in-the-loop data solutions for these autonomy and automotive systems. Primarily here, since we have InCabin and AutoSens hosted in this space, we are here from perspective of providing fleet operational services, which includes annotating in-cabin sensing data, as well as providing V&V for in-cabin systems. So for example, if you're an in-cabin product developer and whether you need physical data or synthetic data to be annotated or even collected, we are the kind of people and partner to work with. Right. So that's one of our core things which we're bringing here at AutoSens 2025. But apart from that, all the other things from mapping services to simulation services, along with your fundamental machine learning model development, we provide that around the year, and you can find us online to chat with anytime you want.
Absolutely. And as part of this, part of our event here at the Huntington Place, you had a roundtable conversation about validating autonomy using the right data. Summarize some of those key findings for us.
Yeah, totally. So the session I had yesterday was around validating autonomy and how the role of the data has changed from the last few years to where we are now. There is a very natural progression to a lot of the times in the past, the few years back, you would use actual physical data from the platform of your car to collect the data and then use it for whatever reasons, whether it's for machine learning model training or for testing, building scenarios and so on. But now that role has shifted to a lot of synthetic data. So it's almost a reverse of how things were compared to 10 years back. So the conversation we had yesterday, I was very happy to get a diverse group of people who attended the roundtable from different parts of the industry. And the key takeaways were, yes, synthetic data is great, but it does need to be used in conjunction or conjugation with the actual physical data, so you can really solidify your validation and safety case at the end of the day, because that's ultimately the goal when you're deploying your product out on the public roads. You need it to be safe, you need it to be reliable. So combination of data is what we basically said makes the most sense. Now in what capacity you use and what proportions, I think that's very much dependent on who is using it and what system you're building. But that was the main takeaway from our roundtable call yesterday.
Absolutely. What are some of the challenges that you see right now, just maybe in general when you look at the automotive landscape, whether that's around ADAS or autonomy? What are some of the challenges you see right now, Sahil?
Yeah, I think one of the challenges I'm seeing here in the US at least is deploying the technology from the initial research and development has been a slow step. And by deploying, I don't necessarily mean only for testing, but commercializing probably is the better word for that.
Sure.
So there's been a lot of emphasis going on of course your R&D and building the initial prototype and the test product per se, but taking it from the testing to a finally deployed product. I mean, there have been a very few companies who have rather done that, compared to how many started in the first place.
Right.
So I think it's really a combination of innovation plus finally how you take that innovation to a commercial aspect. That the rate of that I think is one of the key challenge. But we hope that our regulatory policies and some of the cutting edge research in end-to-end autonomy systems, a lot of this work will help to alleviate these challenges to make it better and faster in the future.
Absolutely. I want to go back to one thing in your bio here. Sahil brings in critical thought leadership for autonomous technology development in the subject areas of systems engineering, data operations, and commercial product deployment. So with that said, and just your background, what do you enjoy most about your work at DDD?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think all my previous years I have hands-on worked with the technology companies, whether it's engineering or operations. Now in this role, I get to interact a lot with our really awesome clients and partners that we work with. So I think it's really about when you have this ecosystem, and especially I think in the automotive and ADAS and autonomous driving, the ecosystem has really come up strong in the last few months and years. So I really enjoy meeting new people, whether it's at conferences and events or really working with the clients with really diverse backgrounds. That really puts us all together in a room to solve the challenge. I think that's the fun part of it. That's what I enjoy the most.
I love it. I love it. Sahil Potnis, Vice President of Product and Partnerships at Digital Divide Data, also known as DDD for short. From all of us here at AutoSens and InCabin, we want to thank you for being with us, sharing your expertise and your knowledge and your experience. Have a great rest of the event. Safe travels back home, although you're based here in Detroit, so you don't have to drive
20 minutes home. So that's perfect.
And I hope we get a chance to do this sooner rather than later. Thank you, Sahil.
Thanks for having me, Carl. I appreciate it.
From the Huntington Place in downtown Detroit for AutoSens and InCabin USA 2025, I'm Carl Anthony, AutoVision News Radio.